This is Nitesh Kumar Bhatia in front of you once again. Student, in the last lecture of class 11, we have discussed about the first chapter, that is the physical world. So where we have discussed about what do you mean by physics, what is its physical significance, what are its branches, what are its scopes, and lots of things we have already discussed. So in the today lecture, via this lecture, I am going to give you the idea about the nature of physical laws. As we are knowing that a lots of observation and experiments here done by the lots of the physicists and the scientists. The physicists have explored whole universe. They have given a lot of experiment and observation. So how those observations, those experiments carried out in our daily life, and how those experiments found to be true. So all those laws, all those experiments, all those observations are governed by certain rules. There are certain rules which exist in our physical world. So what are those laws? One by one I am giving you the idea. Just see here. So student, in our nature, in our daily life, in our nature, there are some laws. The first law is law of conservation. Law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. What do you mean by the law of conservation of energy? Actually, law of conservation of energy is subcategorized into the three parts. Or law of conservation of mechanical energy. It is subcategorized into the three parts. Law of conservation of energy, law of conservation of total energy, law of conservation of energy, law of conservation of mass plus energy, okay. And then fourth one is law of conservation of momentum. The next one is law of conservation of charges. Sixth one is law of conservation of mass. And the last one is law of conservation and symmetry. So students, via this lecture I am going to give you one by one idea. So first we are going to discuss about the first law of conservation of mechanical energy. Students, in the lowest classes you have studied about what do you mean by the mechanical energy. The amount of energy with which an object can do a work is said to be the mechanical energy. And as we know that, then the mechanical energy which is also known as the total energy, mechanical energy is the sum of potential energy possessed by a body and kinetic energy of the body. What do you mean by potential energy? The amount of energy possessed by a body due to its state of rest. The amount of energy possessed by a body due to its state of rest or position is said to be potential energy, whereas the amount of energy possessed by a body due to its motion is said to be kinetic energy. So the summation of potential energy and kinetic energy will give you the mechanical energy within a body. So law of conservation of energy or mechanical energy states that the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy of a system means that is the mechanical energy of the system will remain unchanged or conserved. It means that there will be no change in the kinetic energy and potential energy of a system. For an example, if we took an example of the free fall an object. So let us suppose that here is the stone at a height edge, which will start to move toward the center of earth. So what will happen at the state of rest? At the point A, the object is in rest, so initial velocity will be 0. At this time, it will have potential energy. So the amount of energy at rest is known as potential energy. Here the kinetic energy will be 0. Here the kinetic energy will be 0 because the stone is not in the state of motion. As the stone starts to move, gradually its potential energy decreases and kinetic energy increases. Why? Because potential energy decreases and kinetic energy increases because the transformation of potential energy takes place into the kinetic energy. At a certain instant, its kinetic energy will be maximum and its potential energy becomes lower, means becomes minimum. And again it reaches to the ground. When it reaches to the ground, okay, then again what will happen? When the stone comes into rest, its potential energy becomes maximum and kinetic energy becomes minimum, is 0. And if we take the summation potential and kinetic energy throughout whole journey, it will be conserved, means constant. There will be no change carried out throughout the motion. It means that the law of conservation of mechanical energy states that there is no change in the mechanical energy takes place. When there is a force of conservative forces will act. What do you mean by the conservative forces? So I am giving you the idea what do you mean by the conservative forces. One by one we will discuss about each and every factor. What do you mean by the conservative forces? Students, one by one I am giving you the two factors which I will frequently use, that is the isolated system and conservative forces. What do you mean by the isolated system? A system. What do you mean by system? A system is an arrangement of the n number of the particles. It means that if we choose an arrangement in which n number of the particles, multiple number of the particles takes place, that is said to be the system. And isolated system, if we are talking about any specified system, it is said to be the isolated system. Okay? It means that if we are talking about a particular object, then it is known as a isolated system. What do you mean by the conservative forces? Earlier I have given you that conservative forces. Conservative means that which is remain unchanged. Conservative forces are those forces which are independent of the path, which depends only on the position. It means that conservative forces are those forces which is independent of path and which is independent of the path. So such behavior of the forces are said to be the conservative forces. Okay. So here I have given you the idea about the law of conservation of mechanical energy. So the next one is the law of conservation of total energy. So what will be the law of conservation of the total energy? Similarly, as the law of conservation of mechanical energy, the law of conservation of total energy is there. Total energy means that the total amount of energy possessed by a body due to its motion. So students, the law of conservation of total energy states that whatever be the amount of energy possessed by a body, means the total energy possessed by a body will remain unchanged. Earlier in the law of conservation of mechanical energy, I have said that the amount of work done by the influence of conservative forces. In our daily life, in our nature, there is also some non-conservative forces may exist, as the air resistance, air resistance. What is the air resistance? Due to the air friction, air is also having some opposing nature of any object's motion. So what is that? That is the air resilience or air resistance, you may say. So some of the forces, it means that whenever we are doing a work, there may be two types of the forces may act. There is a non-conservative forces and conservative forces. Non-conservative forces are independent of the path, whereas what I have said, conservative forces is independent of the path, whereas the non-conservative forces are dependent of the path. Again I am reminding you, the conservative forces is independent of the path and non-conservative forces are dependent of the path. So here the sum of the total energy will remain unchanged. And the third one is that law of conservation of mass and mass plus energy. Mass plus energy, law of conservation of mass plus energy. Law of conservation of mass plus energy. Okay. As you are seeing that the change in energy will be equals to product of mass of the object and square of the speed of light, E is equals to mc square. This the expression given by the Einstein, which links whole physics. This describes the nature of the physics. So the law of conservation of mass plus energy states that the change in energy, whatever be the change in energy takes place of a body, will be equals to the product of square of the speed of the light to the mass of the body. So students, here we have discussed about the law of conservation of energy. Now we are moving toward the law of conservation of momentum. So students, what do you mean by momentum? Law of conservation, before going to state about law of conservation of momentum, what do you mean by the momentum? What do you mean by the momentum? In the lower classes you have studied about the momentum is equals to product of mass to the velocity of an object. Okay, and momentum, the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied unbalanced force, which is the second law of motion. Okay, so law of conservation of momentum states that this law states that the total momentum, what will be the total momentum? That is the linear and angular. The total momentum means the linear momentum and angular momentum remain unchanged. Unchanged for an isolated system. Students, when we are talking about an isolated system, any particular system, for that the total amount of linear and angular momentum will be constant. There is no change in takes place of the linear and angular momentum. And how this may possible? This is only possible when the nature of force will be conservative. Okay, so law of conservation of momentum states that the total momentum means the linear and angular momentum is remain unchanged for an isolated system. It means that momentum of a isolated system neither be created nor be destroyed. It remains unchanged. Now students, move towards the third topic, that is the law of conservation of what? Law of conservation of Here we have discussed energy. Here we have discussed momentum. Now law of conservation of masses. Law of conservation of masses. What do you mean by mass? The amount of some substance consisted by the matter is said to be the mass. Anything which occupies the space is said to be the mass. So law of conservation of mass states that mass neither be created nor be destroyed. Mass neither be created nor be destroyed. It means that it will be also remain unchanged. The next one is the law of what we have discussed. We have discussed here law of conservation of energy. We have discussed law of conservation of momentum. We have discussed. Third one is law of conservation of, here the masses is discussed, and now we have discussed about the law of conservation of, that is the charges. It means that the law of conservation, similarly manner, the law of conservation of charge states that charge occupied by an atom or molecule remain unchanged. It means that charges remain unchanged. It is neither be created nor be destroyed. So in the conservation we found that these law leads whole finish, and the law of conservation states that the physical quantity that the energy, momentum, mass and charges neither be created nor be destroyed for an isolated system. So students, we are just moving towards the next topic, fundamental forces which may exist in our daily life.